everyone, it's Alessandra and Ginger. I'm home from school at the moment, as many other people are. One of the ways I've been able to keep busy is taking on longer cooking projects that I usually wouldn't have the time to do. One of my favorite comfort foods is Japanese ramen. With all this time on my hands, I figured it was time that I make my own. Today, I want to show you how you can craft your own authentic bowl of Tonkatsu ramen at home. The first thing we need to get going is the broth. Tonkatsu in Japanese means pork bones. So for today's broth, we are going to be using 3 pounds of pig trotters. You should be able to find these in most supermarkets. Add your pig trotters to the pot, fill with water to about 2 inches above the bones. We need to boil them for about 10 minutes while we continuously skim this scummy looking stuff from the top. After 10 minutes, I dump the bones into a sink and wash with cold water to remove impurities. This process is going to result in a broth that has a brighter appearance and a cleaner look. Once that's done, add the bones back into the large pot and fill with water about 3 inches above this time. At this point, we're going to add some aromatics. First, chop up a bunch of green onions in quarters. Half a yellow onion and toss that in. You can leave the skin on. Same thing with a whole shallot, a few cloves of whole garlic, this time you'll peel them, and finally some sliced knobs of ginger. And if you guys don't already know, the only way that you should be peeling ginger, and not this ginger, is using a spoon. It's life-changing. Once you have everything in the pot, bring to a rolling boil, and then lower the heat while still maintaining that boil. Throughout the cook time, you're going to have to replenish some of the water that's boiled off, probably once every 4 to 5 hours while you intermittently give the pot a good stir to agitate the bones. In terms of how long you should let it cook, I typically go for at least 12 hours, but you can get away with more or less. This time, I actually cook the broth for 24 hours. Once the time is up, strain out all of the big components, and what you're left with is a creamy broth with layers of flavor. But we're just getting started here. For me, Tonkatsu is not Tonkatsu unless there is a few good hearty pieces of Chashu. I usually like to get one big slab of pork belly that I can roll into a nice roast, but today I wasn't able to find a larger slab, so I got these smaller pieces which I then rolled and tied off with cooking twine. Grab yourself an oven-proof pot and lid or Dutch oven. To this, add half a cup of soy sauce, 3/4 of a cup of Mirin, half a cup of Japanese sake, and half a cup of shaoxing cooking wine. Now, if you can't find the shaoxing wine, you can use a full cup of sake, or you can get some through the link in the description. Finally, add 2 knobs of ginger, 1 bunch of green onions cut into quarters, and then 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. Lay your chashu pork in all of that. Cover your pot and then throw it into an oven that was preheated to 300 degrees. This is going to braise for 3 to 4 hours until the meat is super tender. Once it's done, I find it helpful to refrigerate at least an hour prior to slicing and searing. It makes it a lot easier to cut the pork. The next essential part of the ramen is the tare. Tare means dipping sauce in Japanese, but in ramen, it's essentially the primary seasoning agent. Today, I'm preparing a shoyu or soy sauce based tare, which is the oldest form of tare in ramen culture and history. The first component is the dashi, which you can think of as a type of fish stock. Start by placing 3 pieces of kombu seaweed in a small sauce pot with 3/4 of a cup of water. Heat the pot until it starts to steam, but do not boil it. Once it's at the right temperature, remove the heat, cover, and let it steep for 10 minutes. After that, add about half a cup of bonito flakes, and again, let it steep for 5 minutes. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, kombu what? Or bonito who? And I don't blame you. These ingredients are relatively easy to find in an Asian market or specialty grocery store. Once 5 minutes is up, strain the kombu bonito mixture into a bowl. Add 3/4 of a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of mirin, and 1/4 of a cup of the braising liquid from the chashu that we prepared. Give that a good stir and store in the fridge until you're ready to assemble your ramen. Alright, we have the broth, the Tare, our Chashu, and some select toppings. And you can get really creative, different types of mushrooms, chili oils, nuts, fresh vegetables, corn. The list is almost infinite. Before I assemble anything, I'm going to quickly soft boil a few eggs. Here's the deal. Boil water, add eggs, leave for 6 minutes, remove, and run under cold water for about a minute. Perfect runny yolk. You're welcome. Take some of your chashu and pan-sear it for a caramelized finish on the pork. Usually, I like to sear a nice thin round slice, but getting these cuts was difficult without a bigger slab to work with, so I decided just to cut it up into larger chunks. Get a pot of boiling water going and drop some ramen noodles. I have a fresh noodle variety right now, but you can use whichever noodles you find. Follow the package instructions for cooking time. Meanwhile, add some of the tare to your broth. The amount you add can actually vary depending on your taste. I like to start with about 1/3 of a cup and then add more if needed. Go ahead and add some broth, followed by your freshly cooked noodles. For toppings, a perfectly soft-boiled egg, seared chashu, green onion, shiitake mushrooms, bamboo shoots, seaweed squares, fresh cilantro, and sesame seeds. And that's it. Savor the fruits of your labor and invite some friends over for a do-it-yourself ramen party. Well, after the quarantine's over, you can do that. First, you'll perfect it on your own. If you have any leftover broth, you can freeze it for up to 3 months and defrost anytime you're ready for more. I had a ton of fun making ramen at home, and I hope you give it a try. If you have any other restaurant dishes or meals you'd like to see me recreate at home, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one.